Although we're still in the middle of a Back to Hogwarts event, we do have a dragon event coming up that we need to talk about. I'm Professorvoqas, and this is Harry Potter Wizards Unite.
Hello, Professor. I didn't see you there.
Before we begin, I do want to once again thank Silverclaw24 for putting these images out on Discord. The community definitely appreciates your efforts. The Adversary this month revolves around the ancient Ukrainian Ironbelly. It goes from September 3rd to September 6th. 11 a.m. Pacific time to 11 a.m. Pacific time as per normal. A couple of the small things that'll be happening throughout the event. Witch sharpening, potion ingredients will be spawning more on the ground. In addition, master notes for Extimulo, Strong Extimulo, Potent Extimulo, and Witch Sharpening will all reduce the brew time by 25%, as you can see here. And like many of the events we have, if you use runestones within Forest Chamber 4 or higher, you will be guaranteed a family fragment foundable from that runestone. So certainly we need to do some of those, which when we get into the task later, you'll see that we need to do Forest and higher anyway. So you might as well be using those runestones and getting those fragments that you need for your registry. Fortresses will also have increased wizarding experience. They'll award you spell energy and increased challenge experience as well, which will be helpful for one of the tasks. Looking at the task that we start off with, the first thing you need to do is use 2 edible dark marks. Now, none are awarded during this event, certainly not in this task list you see here. So hopefully you have edible dark marks from previously that you've saved up, or you're going to need to go to the shop and get some. The next 2 tasks revolve around fortresses themselves, so you'll have to get on the night bus probably for that, unless you're getting out in your community and completing these, but I have not been doing that lately. It's always the night bus. But we need to complete 5 forest chambers and 4 dark chambers. Again, my newer players, if you have just started playing, you are in the ruins chambers now. When you go up to that night bus and you're going into the fortresses, you're in the ruins chambers. Once you have unlocked 5 of those, you get to the 5 tower chambers. Once you've made your way through those and beaten each of them at least once to unlock the next one, you get to the forest chambers, and then the dark chambers are the hardest. My recommendation, again, even though you can do the forest chambers, you can do forest 1 for this. Since forest 4 or higher are going to give you guaranteed fragments, if you're able to do that and at least get a small group together, you should be able to defeat it, and it's just going to get you more bang for your buck. For your energy, you're going to get a guaranteed fragment. You'll get a little more experience and challenge experience too, which we will need. As for the dark chambers, I would actually stick in dark 1 if people are available to do it, mainly because, again, it takes less energy and less everything else than dark chamber 5. Dark Chamber 5 would give you some more experience, but as for the fragments, you're guaranteed to get it in Dark 1 anyway, because it's higher than Forest 4. But really, when I go to this task, I'll just be looking whatever Dark Chamber there are already people in. I will probably go there just to try to get a group together to make it go faster. Defeat 10 formidable foes in Wizarding Challenges. Again, we've got to get back on the night bus. Unfortunately, you don't see a lot of these in the Forest Chambers and the Dark Chambers. It's not impossible in the low Forest Chambers to see one, but you usually don't. So I generally tend to stick around Ruins 4 to Tower 4, somewhere in there. Lately I've been doing Tower 1 almost just on repeat with like a level 4 runestone to get it up enough where sometimes I'll get 2 of them, sometimes I get none. Remember the formidable foes on the star rating, when you click on something to fight, they're going to have 2 stars next to their name. Earn 7,000 challenge experience through Wizarding Challenges, meaning going into fortresses, which you've just done a bunch of, so you should have racked up some, and they're giving you more than normal, so that is good as well. Or Adversary Chains. Adversary Chains do award some, but not as much as fortresses, so you're probably going to get the bulk of this from the fortresses. Keep in mind this is challenge experience, not wizarding experience. Barufio's does you no good for this. It doesn't help you achieve this goal faster. It'll certainly get you more experience, which is nice, and you're getting more ready from fortresses, but challenge experience, it's a little bit of a slower grind for sure. Use 15 of any Extimulo potions. We just had an event where it said Extimulo potions, and we were so used to it being any, people were using potents and strongs, and you weren't getting credit for it, because it had to be actual regular Extimulo potions. But in this case, it is 15, just any Extimulo potions. Again, I don't really use them in the fortresses, except for sometimes in a Dark 5. if I'm forced to fight something. I'm a professor, so if I'm forced to fight something that I'm not good against. So anything but a werewolf or a pixie, especially if I go in against an acromantula or an Urkling, or heaven forbid I have to fight any of the R's main targets, then I end up using a potion, mainly just to make things go faster. It's not that I probably couldn't survive it, it just takes too long, so I'll throw like a Strong On or a regular Extemulo. Certainly can throw one of those guys. But in general, I'm probably going to use potions and adversary chains. The ancient Ukrainian Ironbelly, I will definitely use some Extemulos against that final foe. Probably not the ones leading up to it, but probably the ancient Ukrainian Ironbelly for sure. Deal 30,000 damage to adversaries. You'll do this while you're fighting the ancient Ukrainian Ironbelly. So, and any other adversaries that are popping up during the event or from your edible dark mark, if other things pop up, you'll get credit. I wouldn't focus too much on this, like trying to figure out if you're getting it done. Just keep fighting adversaries, and this one will kind of happen by itself. And the last one is defeat the ancient Ukrainian Ironbelly 5 times, meaning you do have to make it through the whole chain and actually defeat it. You can't like exit. It's not just fight it. You do have to complete it. So hopefully those edible dark marks are producing more of these and not giving you none or giving you 1 out of the 3 that it produces. That would definitely make this take a while if you're playing from home. So I'm hoping that the edible dark marks do produce more of these. Hopefully at least 2 out of the 3 that it produces are ancient Ukrainian Ironbellies. Once you do all those, you are going to get the rewards at the bottom, and in total that would have been 7 Defense Against the Dark Arts books, so not a bad chunk of those, in addition to some gold, some energy, and kind of the normal potions and stuff like that. Once you finish that though, you will get kind of a, I say bonus tasks, they're not really called bonus tasks, just like a second set of tasks. It's a smaller list though. Looking at the second set of tasks, they give you win in your highest unlocked chamber 2 times. You've already done a bunch of fortresses, forest chambers, dark chambers, whatnot. Now you actually do have to go to your highest. So for a lot of us, that means we have to do at least 2 dark 5s during this step. If you're a newer player, it just means go into the night bus, and whatever the highest thing, the hardest thing it lets you do, you need to do that. And it's really not even do that 2 times. You're going to do it once. It's going to unlock the next level, and then you'll have to go to the next level because that's your new highest level. And you'll have to do that 2 times, and you do have to win. You can't just go in and fail it. You do have to actually complete it. So again, going in with the group's always going to help you there. Return 6 pile of Gringotts gold fragments from Ukrainian Ironbelly adversary chains. This is not an item we keep. This is much like the mysterious notes. We just finished Back to Hogwarts, or we're in the middle of Back to Hogwarts now. When we do this event, we'll have just finished. It's much like the chocolate frogs or the acceptance letter to Hogwarts. It's just something we rack up as we defeat the Ukrainian Ironbelly. As we go through those chains, we're going to get these fragments. And once you have 6 of them, you complete this task. It's nothing you keep. It's just something that's tallied while you're on this task, and then it just goes away. Defeat 7 mummies from adversary chains. If you are wondering, like, oh no, now I got to go find mummies. The mummy is in the ancient Ukrainian Ironbelly chain, so when you're fighting them, you're going to be defeating mummies anyway. You will have seen them in the last step, so when you get here, you'll already know where they are, I would imagine, if you make it here. So you're just going to have to fight at least 7 chains of ancient Ukrainian Ironbellies because you're going to have to get through 7 mummies. So hopefully you'll get those 6 Gringotts gold. Don't know if the drop rate is 100%. Do not know if you get those fragments dropped from its guards or only the ancient Ukrainian Ironbelly. But when we get there, I guess we will see, and my best guess is we'll just have to keep going through and just until we get those 6. Again, having to do the 7 mummies means we're going to go through it at least 7 times to get that task done. We'll see where we are with the 6. And then the last one is defeat 4 adversaries, which again is odd because if we got to get through the mummy, then we're probably going to go all the way through the chain and do the 4. Now keep in mind, going back to the mummy, technically you could get to the mummy, defeat the mummy, and then exit out if you didn't need to do anything else. You don't have to beat the ancient Ukrainian Ironbelly to actually get the defeat 7 mummies. Once you defeat the mummy, you don't have to make it through the rest of the chain. So if you want to save some energy, save some potions, that kind of thing, you can actually back out. But as you can see from the second set of tasks, it's all around the red spell books. So you're going to get 1 for each of those. So you'll end up with 4 spell books. And then if you do all 4 of them, you get another 5 Defense Against the Dark Arts book, which in total brings us to 12 Defense Against the Dark Arts books for this adversary event, which again is a good chunk in addition to the gold and the energy and stuff like that. Really, this is the thing that I'm trying to rack up. Now, you'll end up with a lot more than that automatically because every time you get to the end of the ancient Ukrainian Ironbelly, don't forget you get awarded a Defense Against the Dark Art book, guaranteed. Every time you finish an adversary chain, you're getting at least 1, and the guards occasionally do drop them as well. So every once in a while, you'll really get 2 Defense Against the Dark Arts books. So this is a great event, and this is what these events are about, is building up Defense Against the Dark Arts books. So that's why we do them, is just to build that up. Because I think even though a lot of us have unlocked a lot of things, we still probably have nodes we could use the Defense Against the Dark Arts books to unlock. Maybe not ultra powerful things, it could just be little quality of life things for the game. For me, it's still my combat adversary tree. I need hundreds of them to unlock for when lethal adversaries eventually come out, which who knows when that's going to be. Anyway, I hope your trip back to Hogwarts is going well. I hope you did get an early start on those things so that all these boosted foundables in the Back to Hogwarts aren't making it difficult for you to complete individual tasks. I'm currently on the 3rd set of tasks, just trying to get a few more Dementor foundables so I can move on to the 4th set and really start to grind out those Hogwarts students and the book and the quill, because I have a feeling that step's going to take me the longest, so I've been trying to really get there quickly. It's a rainy day today. It's going to be storming all day. Tomorrow's going to be a clearer day, and so I'm hoping to clear out some more of the Hogwarts stuff in an outdoor session tomorrow, playing at home today and making you guys this video, which I hope helped out. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Nox.